Moses leaves Egypt for Midian. The prophet Musa left Egypt, but he did not know where to go. He hoped that Allah would direct him to the right place, and he kept walking until he reached a city called Madian. When he arrived at the city of Madian, Prophet Musa went to a tree near the well and sat under it. He also found two women carrying their goats, where both of them were standing far from the well waiting for people to finish fetching water. Musa approached the two of them and asked about why the two of them were standing far from the crowds of people, so the two of them said that the two of them could not water their goats except after the people had finished watering their goats. Both were forced to do so, because their parents were very old. Unable to do this work, the Prophet Musa came forward and lifted the large rock himself, which was usually lifted by the 10 men who covered the well, then gave the two goats water. After that, Musa returned to his original place under the shade of a tree to be able to rest after feeling the fatigue of a long journey. Then he felt hungry and prayed, "Oh my Lord, I really need something good that you sent down to me." When the two women returned to their parents, both of them recounted what had happened to them, so that the parents were astonished by the stranger who was strong and had high manners. Then this old man sent one of his children to come to him and invited him to meet his father to be rewarded. Then one of the women came to Musa with embarrassment and told him about his father's invitation, so Moses fulfilled the invitation and went to the woman's father by walking in front, while this woman walked behind while indicating the way by throwing a small stone. When he arrived at the old man's place, he asked Musa about his name and what happened to him. Musa also told him what happened, then the old man calmed him down. At that time, one of the two women asked his father to appoint Musa as a worker to help the two because of his strong and trustworthy condition. So the old man offered Musa to marry one of his daughters with a dowry, willing to work for him for 8 years or 10 years if Musa wanted. So Prophet Musa agreed to the offer, and married one of the women. He started herding goats for 10 years. After that, Musa wanted to go home to meet his family in Egypt, so the old man agreed and gave him provisions for his return trip to Egypt. The return of Moses to Egypt and appointment of him as a prophet. So Moses went to Egypt with his family, so that when they felt darkness, they sat down to rest so they could continue their journey again. At that time, the weather was very cold, so Musa was looking for something to warm himself. He saw a fire from afar, then asked his family to wait there so he could get something to warm himself. So Moses went to the fire with his staff. More than one commentator from both the Salaf and the Caliph said, Prophet Musa went to the fire he saw, and when he got there, he found the fire burning in a green tree, namely the osage tree, a type of tree with thorns. The fire was getting worse. Lit up, the greenness of the tree also increased, so Musa stood in awe, and at that time the tree was at the foot of the mountain to the west and was to the right of Prophet Musa, as Allah Ta'ala said, "And you, Muhammad, are not on west side when we gave orders to Moses, and you were not of those who witnessed." Quran Surah Al-Kahf verse 44. At that time Musa was in a valley called Thua, facing the Qibla, while the tree was on his right in the west. Then his Lord called him, "O Musa, indeed I am your Lord, so take off your sandals, verily you are in the holy valley, Thua, and I have chosen you, so listen to what will be revealed to you. The doomsday is coming, I have kept the time secret so that each person will be rewarded for what he has earned. So, do not be turned away from it by those who do not believe in it and by those who follow their desires, which cause you to perish." Quran Surah Taha verses 11 to 16. Then Allah Azza wa Jalla asked him about the stick he was holding, and he knew better. Musa replied, "This is my stick, I leaned on it, and I hit leaves with it for my goat, and for me there is another need for it." Quran Surah Taha verse 18. So Allah told him to throw down his stick. Moses threw it, then the stick turned into a big snake and moved quickly. Then Moses turned away and ran because he was afraid. Then Allah told him to come back and not be afraid, because the snake would return to being a stick like before. Then Moses stretched out his hand to the snake to pick it up. It turned out that the snake immediately turned into a stick. Prophet Musa had brown skin, then Allah ordered him to put his hand into his shirt and then took it out. Musa did it, then a clear white color appeared. Allah made both of them miracles for Prophet Musa alaihissalam in addition to other miracles to strengthen his apostleship when dealing with Pharaoh and his princes. Dua of Prophet Musa alaihissalam to Pharaoh. Furthermore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Prophet Musa to go to Pharaoh to preach him, so Prophet Musa wanted to fulfill it, but before he left, he prayed to his Lord asking for tawfiq and asked him for help. Musa said, "O my Lord, broaden for me my bosom and make easy for me my affairs and relieve rigidity from my tongue so that they may understand my words and make me a servant of my family, Aaron my brother, strengthen my strength by him and make him an ally in my affairs, so that we glorify you a lot and remember you a lot." Quran Surah Taha verses 25 to 35. So Allah granted his request. Then Musa remembered that he had killed an Egyptian. He was afraid that if they killed him later, Allah calmed him down, that they would not be able to harm him, so Musa calmed down. Quran Surah Al-Qasas verse 35. Musa continued his journey to Egypt and told Harun what had happened between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that Harun would participate in conveying the treatise to Pharaoh and his people and help him get the children of Israel out of Egypt. So Harun was happy at the news. He also preached with Musa. Pharaoh was a cruel and unjust to the children of Israel, so that Prophet Musa and Prophet Harun prayed to Allah to save them both from the persecution of Pharaoh. Then Allah Ta'ala said, reassuring the hearts of both of them, "Don't worry, both of you. Verily I am with you both, I hear and see. So come both of you to him, Pharaoh, and say, surely we are both messengers of your Lord, so release the children of Israel with us and do not torture them. Verily, we have come to you with proof of our apostleship from your Lord. And salvation is bestowed upon those who follow the instructions. Indeed, it has been revealed to us that punishment is inflicted upon those who deny and turn away." Quran Surah Taha verses 46 to 48.